I'm starting it.
Okay, welcome to We Wine Whenever. Hoot hoot.
I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
So we have a
visitor.
well,
A guest appearance.
we have an appearance.
A sighting.
Yeah.
This is Lori.
You're not a guest,
No,
but you are appearing.
I am
That
appearing.
that is very true. She is appearing.
Yes. And I only have one thing to say.
What?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? A 1, a 2, a 3. And that's it.
Okay, Lori, let's
You have
start.
to be this
Okay,
old
great.
to remember that.
Yes, absolutely.
How was your week this week? How did you come up with this, Laura?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw it and I bought it and I said, well. That's
Oh
gonna
wait,
be
you
it
bought
then.
this? You didn't have this?
No, I bought it. I
Really?
purchased
Now this surprises me
it. I know, I purchased.
because you
It
have.
does seem like something that you would have already had.
Yeah, no, I did not have this. It was a purchase. I
Okay.
purchased this item.
Well, for those of you who are listening and not watching, it is an owl mask.
Yes.
Well, you'll have to find us on YouTube because
Yes.
Lori finally figured out how to edit our parts together and get them
Yes.
up on YouTube.
Yes.
I mean, it's taken us a little while, but we're
It's a
getting
learning
there.
curve. It's a
Yeah,
learning
we're
curve.
getting there.
Yeah.
Anything else exciting this week?
Oh, well, I don't know if you saw on the Instagram, but I really was pissed off about a candle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, the
Yeah,
sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just the ineptness of others.
Well, they don't think. They just don't think.
Right. If I was working there, I'd put it on the glass.
Right.
I
On the
would've put it-
bottom.
I
Put it
would've
on the
put it-
bottom
Yeah,
of the
I
glass.
would've
Put it on the bottom of the
put it on
candle.
the paper label. I
Right.
just
Right.
wouldn't do it. But,
Put it
you
on
know,
the bottom. That way nobody's got to worry about taking it off. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're giving it as a gift, maybe you still take it off. But I don't
I
even
think-
like to light a candle in my house with the sticker showing.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly. Exactly.
Just
I
put
mean,
it on the bottom.
home goods workers, just take pride in your job.
I
Well,
think
just
it's
think
a lot
about
of
it.
young kids.
Just think about it. Just think about what you're doing. That's all. But I think that was it. The rest of the week, it's pretty good. How about you?
Anything exciting with you, Cal?
Did
No.
anybody piss you off this week?
Well, everybody pisses me off.
I just meant in particular. How about
Well,
you?
No, it wasn't a great week, but nothing I really want to talk about. So.
Nah, well, there you go.
Well, I'm going to just touch on, so I'm not going to give you too many details, but I did get a call from the school this week, which involved a pickup of one said student. I'm not going to name any names, but anybody who knows me can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, they'll put the pieces together.
Yeah, but we got him back to school. He was back at school today, so
Well, you know what? You just keep plugging on.
you just keep doing what you're doing.
And
Day by
hopefully-
day.
Hopefully, the children will at some point figure out that they gotta stop fucking up.
Yeah.
Mm,
And that's all you can do is hope for them to stop fucking up.
yeah.
Right?
A lot of praying.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And today's a new day. That's what we got to say. Today's a new day, so we can start fresh
Absolutely.
and just go from there.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that. So I don't know if I'm sad about it, but BravoCon is going to be next weekend. So all of our Bravo celebrities, for the most part, are going to be there.
Yeah.
So I will be watching them and following them on social media.
Oh, you know you can stream it on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
I just read that today where Peacock will be streaming BravoCon.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
good to know. So then maybe next week we'll talk a little bit about BravoCon, what we
Yeah.
watched on Peacock. We also had a business meeting this week. I don't know if you guys saw that either. We put a post up about that. I was doing folding laundry
Yeah.
during the business meeting because we were discussing about our format and maybe we're going to switch it up a bit. Like there's a lot of Bravo shows coming on and we don't really want to talk about all of them. It's a little bit much.
Yeah.
We'd rather kind of talk about kind of our lives,
Yeah.
what's going on in the world, some funny anecdotes, some inspirational stories, or things of that nature.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Sometimes with this whole Bravo sphere, just the drama and the cat fighting and the negativity just gets to be a little much.
Yes.
And like we discussed before, women in our relationships are so much more than that. So,
We're definitely deeper than that. So
definitely.
this week we are not going to talk about Southern Charm.
Oh, I did have a couple of things to say.
You say it. You say it.
You'll say it.
Go ahead, say it.
You want to say it now?
Yeah. what do
Oh,
you
I'll
wanna
say it now.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Go ahead, say it.
I don't think there was anything wrong with what Madison said to Taylor.
Oh, I didn't watch it. Tell
Oh.
me, what did she say?
Well, Madison blew up her spot at a dinner that JT was throwing.
Okay.
About how she sent Whitney the nude.
Okay.
And
Yeah, which was not cool.
no, and she's saying you couldn't see anything, and Madison said, "I saw your tits and vagina."
Oh, well then
So-
I think she saw something.
Yeah, and basically, even Shep was trying to defend Taylor, and then they show Leva in her confessional saying, if this were Madison, that broke up with one of these guys, kissed one of his friends, and sent another one of his friends a nude, they would be trashing her, calling her a whore. But because Taylor is so delicate,
Oh.
they're handling her with kid gloves. And I mean, listen, maybe it's because we're from Jersey. I didn't think Madison went too hard on Taylor. You behaved badly. And if you can't take it, if you can't take that heat, get
out
off
the kitchen.
the show. I don't think she should be on the show. I think she's a disaster on the show.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
all I'm going to say about Southern Charm.
I just have to move my beak so I can take a sip.
okay. Oh,
This
so
is asking-
Kelly,
Careful, nobody.
Kelly's very passionate about her Bravo shows.
I
She
am.
has very, very
And I'm
strong
not.
opinions. Listen, I've been watching them for years as well, but I'm just not as I don't have as many strong opinions
I
about
know,
them.
I get way too passionate
You
about it.
do. Well, listen, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So another thing we discussed in this business meeting when I was folding my laundry, which, by the way, I folded it all. I'm just going to let you guys know this. I folded it all.
We showed a picture of it all folded.
We did. And you know what? I came home from work
And
today.
it's still sitting.
It was exactly the same place I left it.
Don't even get me.
So guess
my
what?
kid was sleeping in my bed tonight because he can't put his clothes away because they're on top of his bed.
Can you
So he's
stand
taking a
it?
nap in my bed.
Can you stand it?
It's craziness.
What the hell?
So I had to bring the clothes upstairs before these ladies came over because I was like, they can't see the clothes still sitting here. They saw me fold them last night.
Well,
You
we
do
don't
you
care.
think we give a shit?
No, I
Do
can't.
you
I
wait?
can't.
Here's a better question.
No, I
do
don't.
you think if we saw the clothes sitting on the couch, it had anything to do with you
you?
not
Oh,
putting
no.
them away?
No.
Exactly.
We'd be like asshole number 1,
Exactly.
2,
Exactly.
3, 4.
We know,
We get it.
and we witnessed you folding them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So yeah. So this is our lives.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's how it goes.
So we're gonna start with RHONY, the reunion.
Did you hear Brynn say hi, Daddy? When
I
Andy's-
did. I did. I thought that was cute.
It
Listen,
was
love
very
Brynn.
cute. I do too.
I
do
like
too.
Brynn. I would like to go to dinner with Brynn. I think she would be so much fun.
Yes.
She,
I like her messy ass.
I like,
Yeah.
I like
I'm
it.
messy too, so
I liked
like
how she
that.
described her outfit. She called herself a sexy pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
And listen,
Spot on.
not anyone can pull that off, and she
That's
sure
right.
could.
Well, I did a little thing for her on a post, and I called her the Queen of Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
'Cause that's what she reminded me of in that
Yeah.
outfit, the Queen
Yes.
of Hearts.
for sure.
I did note that, so then Erin started talking about, working with Frederick Eklund because Andy asked him what it was like because her business.
Yeah.
And she said it's exactly like you see on camera. But then Ubah came in hot at this reunion.
Yeah.
And I love
She
love
did.
Ubah, but she came in hot and Ubah said, that's nice, unlike Jenna, who's a powerhouse in real life, but on TV she's a victim, poor me.
Listen, this is my take on the whole Uber thing, and I have made comments online about it.
Okay.
I think that Uba is not the greatest communicator. I think that there's definitely a language
Yeah, Barry.
understanding barrier, and I really, honest to God, I don't think she meant it the way it came out.
I don't either, and I think she corrected herself
Yes,
later on.
I
yeah.
really don't think that she
Yeah.
meant it that way at all.
But it was also a valid point. But I also think that situation is what it is because in Jenna's professional life, she does feel like a powerhouse because she's very comfortable there.
Right.
Absolutely.
This
And-
was a very uncomfortable
situation
situation
for
for
her.
her.
Right. And
Absolutely.
Jenna said, like, listen, she was not in a power position in this
Exactly.
particular situation.
No.
But then
Right.
But then Ubah came at her, and this is really what it came down to. This is why Ubah said this. She said, because you picked Team Erin, and that's what she was upset about.
Yeah.
Because in the confessionals, when she saw them, she saw about the whole thing with the taking of the phone,
Right.
that she was Team Erin. And
Right.
again, I think it was a whole communication thing. I don't really think that that's what it was all about.
Right.
And then Erin starts to cry because she'd had such a rough summer.
Yeah,
Right?
no shit.
Her mom had health issues. She's the oldest. Her dad is a single father of 4. I'm glad that Andy asked her about that because, listen, why are we just finding this out at the reunion? Right?
It does explain a lot, but that goes to, I mean, maybe it's editing, but it does go to say that her storyline was all about trashing Jessel's marriage. She never showed that side of
Right.
her family, but maybe she did, and we just didn't see it.
Right.
Look, I have it.
Right.
Eyebrow. Cute.
What'd you say?
I have an itchy eyebrow now.
Okay.
She can scratch it with her mask.
Oh, I love that.
It's-
All right.
I need one of those for my
It's
nose.
skills. I'm just letting you know.
So her father had 3 other kids. So they were her step siblings, and she was the primary caregiver for them when he would go off to Israel. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
This for 2 weeks at a time, and she was 15 and had it. Could you imagine being 15
That's a
years
lot.
old and having to get 4 kids out the house? I'm 49 and I can't get one out of the house.
Right, I know.
Right, exactly.
My God.
So then Andy asks Erin about the whole swinging thing, right? And Erin's like, she would not really swing. And then Cy brought up, well, it seemed to me that you guys were trying to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
And Erin was like, she really was taken aback by that.
Yeah, well, Erin might not want to swing, but Abe for sure does.
Yes.
And you better put a ring on that, Erin. You better put a ring on your husband's hand.
Well, it turned out that when Cy showed up there, she kind of had a chip on her shoulder against Erin because she didn't realize what Erin was saying in the confessionals behind her back.
And on a podcast.
Right, and that's what happens. That's what happens in these things, you know? And then all of a sudden, Ubah throws out, you should focus on the 3 of them not wanting Jenna on the show.
Yeah. Yes. And why did Andy glaze over that?
Yeah, he didn't really address it. He
didn't,
not. He
which
didn't
is
address it.
Ridiculous unless he knew.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to keep Jenna on that show. Jenna doesn't want to be on the show anymore, and Andy wants to keep her on. That's probably why he glazed over it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too, because I really would be very surprised if Jenna comes back. I would.
I'm going to write a book, Bravo for Dummies.
And I could read it.
For sure.
Yeah, I could read
I
it.
see right through everybody.
You see right through it. Well, this is the thing. Cy shouldn't be all jacked up about Erin saying shit about her only, she only has the cheese. Girl, you bitch about everybody's food or lack thereof.
Right.
And what do you think? That people aren't going to say something about it?
Right.
Just, what are you talking about?
Right. And I'm not a fan of Erin, but she, in that conversation where Cy was like, so what are you feeding us? She probably did take it as, oh, you're only having cheese. Maybe she didn't say it, but that was the insinuation.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
you can pick up very quickly on that. So again, I'm not a huge Erin fan, but I feel her on that story.
I think it's interesting.
She just gets so jacked up about
Listen,
foolishness.
it's like, most of the men in our lives where they can't admit when they're wrong.
Right.
They can't admit fault.
Right.
I did think it was interesting, though, in the very beginning, we all had an opinion about Jessel and what a complainer she was and how annoying she was and how they went when they were at Erin's house, how Cy showed up with toilet paper and was complaining about the Pringles and the caviar. And that whole time, even though I'm not a huge Erin fan, Erin took that like a champ.
She did.
After she opened up her home, she took that like a champ.
Yeah.
And then Jenna does come on about after, Ubah makes that comment. She does talk about the fact that, she grew up feeling unattractive. And the fashion is what kind of made her feel good about herself.
Right.
And I did not know this. It was only 6 weeks prior to filming that she lost her mom.
They said it in one of the episodes.
Yes, 6 weeks.
We do have to keep that because
that's a lot.
Yeah.
us mourning our mothers, God forbid, Lori has lost her mom. But we have all 3 had very close relationships with our mothers. So that is going to be one kind of mourning. Could you imagine having to mourn a mother who you who was
Who
in
you
your
were close
life,
with, right?
but you couldn't get close to her
Right.
because of her issues.
Right.
Not
Well,
on your end, on her end.
Right. It's been 3 years, and I'm still a fucking dumpster fire. So, I can't imagine
Right.
trying
6
to
weeks.
function 6
Right.
weeks out.
Right.
Just I don't know.
Right. So
Kinda
maybe
crazy.
that's another reason Jenna didn't insert herself in, because obviously we've all lost people very close to us. When that happens, it puts things in perspective, and the nonsense
It goes away.
goes away.
Because
Right.
you're not
So
going to deal with it.
6 weeks out from losing your mom,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, you don't want to put up with these girls.
you don't care if
bullshit.
somebody's bringing toilet paper to your
Right.
friend's house. You
or
really
eating
fucking
cheese
don't.
or not eating
Right.
cheese.
And
Nobody
maybe
gives a
that
shit.
night at Erin's house in the Hamptons, she was having a hard time, and that's why she wanted to leave and go to her house.
Right. Right. And even Brynn says, I thought Jenna was vulnerable, and I agree. I thought Jenna
yeah.
was very vulnerable.
Oh,
I mean, who takes your teeth out?
Yes.
On TV.
Yeah.
Never
You know?
been done before. We have seen a leg.
Yes.
We have seen a leg thrown.
And even the whole, the hair and the eyelashes and the
Yes.
teeth, like that's a lot.
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's a lot. I
Yeah.
think she was very vulnerable, and
I did like Sai's dress. She does look good.
I did like
does
Sai's
look good.
dress. I did think
She's
that
a beautiful
Sai
girl.
and
She
Ubah
just-
were the best dressed.
Yes.
However, in the pictures before the reunion aired, it looked like Erin was wearing like a plaid type dress in the pictures.
yeah,
But when the reunion aired and you saw that dress close up,
it was a lot of sparkle.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot
It
of
was
sparkle.
a nice dress.
Yeah.
And I'm a short dress girl,
Yeah,
so I really liked that because I got the legs.
I did see it online too. A lot of people really took offense to Jenna wearing jeans. As a matter of fact,
Oh, get over it.
Ramona and Sonia were on Watch What Happens Live.
I didn't watch that.
I did because
Damn it.
I love them.
Oh, I will watch it. I don't
Definitely
know. When
watch
was
it.
it on?
This past week.
Oh, I gotta
I
look
love me
that
some
up.
Sonya.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
watch that.
And Sonia, oh no, excuse me.
Ramona.
Yes. No,
it was
Sonia and Luann, and Ramona was in
left.
she was in the audience for the first half. And she literally said, because I listened to her podcast, is she was there for 10 minutes. And she told the producers that she had to leave because she was going to a fundraiser.
She was probably pissed that she wasn't there as a
On the
guest.
stage.
And you
Well-
know what? Why wasn't she? Is she on that Ultimate Girls trip?
She is.
Well, then shame on
I mean,
Andy.
they
He
were
should have
having
had 3
two-
seats there.
I don't know.
They've done it for Vanderpump Rules.
They've done it. They have
They've
done it in
done
the
it.
past.
Put Ramona up there. That's bullshit.
You know what?
Andy.
Ramona's a lot. Ramona's a lot.
but
maybe
come
she
on.
needs. Maybe she needs someone not as much as Sonia and Luann. Like
That
maybe
was shade to Ramona.
Well, okay. But anyway,
See how far I can turn my head
they
like an
really-
owl.
what are you doing? You're
See how far I can turn my head like an owl. You know how they do
Can
that?
you? Ooh, 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 ooh.
I had all kinds of mad skills.
You really do.
I do. We're messing with
We
you.
have
Back.
one,
All right, back with
uh,
Brynn. Okay, so
okay.
Brynn has had many people reach out to her and relate to her relationship.
Mm.
And I like that. Like, I like that something positive comes out of these things. I don't
Yeah.
like it to always be negative.
Wait, so Brynn said this about her upbringing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is nice because to us that is a very sad situation.
Yes.
But for her, that's her
That's her
her
life.
history.
That's her
And
life.
I always say that. Like, you can't ever change anything. That's your history.
That's
That's
your life.
what made you you.
Right.
But for her, for other people reaching out saying, I have the same thing, has to give her some kind of comfort. It's like being in recovery and going to that first meeting and hearing stories of other people. Like, it's comfort that you're not the only person going through that.
Absolutely, because usually when you're going through it, you think
You feel
that
like you're the only one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then Ubah had the opposite. She had a lot of people reach out to her, and they were not talking to their mother, and they were,
Yeah.
and they said, listen, after I saw the way you were,
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to my mother
Mm-hmm.
because I want to mend it while she's still here.
Mhm.
And that's, you know what, that's powerful.
Yes.
That's really powerful. And I appreciate that.
So now, what about I'm gonna fuck y'all up, Wendy, with the notes. About Ubah's boyfriend, the German financier.
Oh, he's hot. Did you
He's
see the
hot.
pictures?
Very good
Very
looking.
And I was on a
Very good
I was
looking.
on a live thing with Ubah,
Mhm.
and she was getting ready when she sold it. Did you see the picture? She wore that beautiful.
The
pink
black-
gown?
Yes.
No, the
And-
pink gown.
Oh, the
gown.
pink one.
Oh,
Yeah,
there were a
the pink
couple of
one.
different pictures.
Yeah.
But
I
wait,
guess
where was she going in the pink
She
gown?
was going.
Because I saw her and Cy together. She had the black dress on, and Cy had on she had the black dress on with the white.
Yeah, no. This is a pink dress, and then you see the photo with him, and he's got a pink tie. But so
Oh,
she was getting ready, and you were on the live thing, and people were saying, "Oh, Ubah, what's your favorite German food? Sausage?" And she was laughing hysterically.
Good for her.
Great sense of humor.
I love Ubah.
I do too.
I love Ubah. I
And
love
she said,
that
"I don't age."
she doesn't age, and I
Really
love
not.
that
I don't
she's
know how old
got
she is, but she doesn't
a
look it.
hot, rich boyfriend.
Yeah.
I
good
love
for
that.
her.
She deserves it. She deserves it.
How about when Brynn said to Cy, "I can't hear you all the way down there."
Oh, that was some shade.
That was fucking great.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. And Cy goes, "You can hear me."
stuff.
And then Cy is called out for she calls Jenna out for promoting. Cy's called out because she's calling out Jenna when she's an influencer. But then Jenna explains it. Like, she had a closet full of stuff. Those were
Yeah.
old collaborations. It's not like she was looking for anyone
She
to repost them.
Need,
Right.
She doesn't
Right.
need the.
Recognition.
She
Yeah.
doesn't. She does not.
She,
She
could
does
give
not.
a shit.
Right.
She doesn't. And then Jenna said that her son Beckett is obsessed with the new woman in her life.
That's
Right.
amazing.
And
Good
but she
for her.
didn't. She still has not admitted that they are engaged. But that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
mean,
Want.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's
It's
fine.
absolutely
Let
fine.
her be. Let her be, everybody. I do agree that, like in Ubah and Jenna's situations, where if something is brand new, we've all been there. You don't want to mess it up. I'm going to tell you a funny story. When Eric and I first started dating, we started dating at the end of May. My sisters, their husbands, their children, and I all went to the mall to take a picture for my parents, a portrait, and we all wore white turtlenecks.
Oh, okay.
So we're all at the place in the mall taking pictures. There's Eric standing there, and my sister Patty's like, "Eric, go next door to the Gap, get a white turtleneck, and just get in the picture." And I wouldn't let him. We were only together 6 months.
Well, I mean, you could have put him on the end. You could have cropped him out.
No, absolutely
need
not.
photo
bombing.
I was not jinxing our relationship over a picture people picture.
Right.
So every time that picture comes up, and there's more to the story, but I'm not going to embarrass my nephew.
All right, wait. Can we get? I want to see the picture. Can you get the picture?
Oh, I'll definitely put
You
the
got to
picture
post
up.
it. We have to post the
Absolutely,
picture.
100%, because I have the picture. I lost my nephew Alex, so the picture is very special to me, and I have it in a big Bible that was my Mama Lois's. I'm not going to go off on another tangent, but so every time the picture resurfaces, Eric's like, "Oh, there it is."
There it
He's
is.
very salty about the white turtleneck picture. But look it, we're going to be married 22 years.
There you go.
And if you were in that picture, chances are we wouldn't have made it. It's like
Yeah,
putting a
that's right.
tattoo of your partner's name on you.
There you go.
So
Just-
I don't blame them for not sharing that part of their lives.
it's
It was
so
brand
new.
new.
It was
But
new.
listen,
It was
just
new.
and this is the thing. All these people putting all these things online. Just because you're on a reality show doesn't mean that you need to tell everybody every time you take a shit.
Well, and
Like, it doesn't have to be.
right.
It doesn't have to be that you have to spill every single thing about yourself.
Or your kids.
Or
like
your kids.
You can be able to protect your kids as well.
Sure.
You
What?
should be able to protect
I mean, your
kids.
children are your children. They really should be off limits.
Absolutely.
Even if they are on the show for that small amount of time, there should be no comments about that. There should be no judging about that.
Right, and
They're
even
your children.
husbands. Like, I'm sure, obviously, when you're married, it's going to be a joint agreement for you to be on the show. But I do feel like a husband can still choose not to be so involved.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The more I hear about this reality reckoning and hearing that these husbands are not even getting compensated, let alone the children.
I can, and we've had this discussion about Frank and Tanya. I cannot believe these husbands are not getting contracts.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
cannot believe it.
I was listening this week to, I love Bethany.
Mm-hmm.
Bethany is doing more with Nene. Bethany and Nene have become like best buds, which they've always should have been, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
And what she was talking about, specifically Nene was talking about Marlo. Marlo did that show for many years without any
Didn't get paid?
pay,
Oh.
without any.
Bullshit.
The only reason she finally got like paid and a friend of status was because of Nene. She was literally getting call times to be showing up at places and not getting paid.
That's bullshit. And I remember one reunion. I remember Candy Burris saying, "Give Marlo a peach."
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's ridiculous
Yep.
how they exploited these women.
Absolutely.
And listen, yeah, they didn't have to show up, but they wanted to be there. These were their friends.
And come
Marlo-
on, Bravo. All the fucking
Yes.
money you have.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. I was very surprised. The other thing I learned, I tried to repost it. I messed it up and I'm going to repost it later. Bethany was literally, did you see this today?
Mm-mm.
So she was asked to close the NASDAQ Stock Exchange.
Oh, I did see that.
Did
yes,
you-
I
did
did.
you
For
see
her
her-
wine, right?
No, Be Strong.
Oh, be. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yes,
her-
for Be
so her-
Strong. For her,
right,
her charity, Be Strong.
Yes.
But
yes.
did you see her post on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
She was sobbing without makeup or with makeup. It was all over her face. She was literally sobbing.
No makeup.
Yes. Beautiful without it. You don't need it. You don't need it.
I got makeup.
Yeah, you do. And a mask.
I probably could have used a mask.
But she was sobbing and explaining about how she doesn't like to bother people, and they called her like the day before that they asked her to do this for the Be Strong,
Mm-hmm.
and she told her daughter about it. But she's like, no, you don't really have to come do this. It's not a big deal. So her daughter went to school, and all of a sudden she gets there and she shows up and she realizes what a big deal it is. Like, it was a big deal. There was everybody there.
Wait, is this when you ring the bell?
It's when you ring the bell, but it was all over Times
Yeah,
Square.
the big.
The
Oh,
NASDAQ.
okay. Because my
It-
sisters rang the bell
It
to
was
start the day.
it was a big
Okay.
big deal, and she was there by herself, and she just felt so alone, like, because she, like, this is a moment that her daughter should have been there with her, and
Yeah.
even her boyfriend should have been there with her, but she didn't. And then her daughter realized when she sent her pictures how important it was, and then her daughter was trying to get there.
Aww.
It was-
and that's
and-
not easy in the city.
No, and she
It's
was
not like going
honestly,
to pick your kid up
she
at the high
was
school.
sobbing as she was telling this story.
Aw.
She was being so real. And you know what? Shout out to Bethany.
Mhm.
And you know what? You deserve every accolade you got. And we see you, Bethany, and we hear you.
Yep.
Because,
Listen, everything else aside, what she's done with that Be Strong.
yes.
Like Puerto Rico, she had planes and planes and planes of supplies going over there.
Yes, I read about that.
Every disaster she's been there.
Every time.
She's got great foundation too.
What do you mean?
Makeup. Foundation.
Well, she don't make it.
No, but she's got
but
she's got great foundation. Like
Well, you
her
have to watch
Oh, you
her on
gotta watch her on
TikTok.
Instagram because she
Beautiful.
and TikTok. She
She
buys
reviews.
things and reviews them.
Drugstore brand against expensive brand.
Exactly.
And she'll let you know what drugstore brand is
And
better
she-
than the expensive
She
brand.
just did like a little Instagram thing talking about this dress that she bought, and she had no makeup on when she started. And then she started doing her foundation, and I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
that's some good found. What do you got
Yeah.
going on there?" It's
Yeah,
good.
I
Normally
bought.
she says it.
Yeah, she'll tell
what-
you.
what she's
No, she'll
using.
tell you. I bought one of the things she talked about. It was a Neutrogena thing. We got one more thing to talk about really quick about the New York Housewives, and then we're going to take a quick break. We didn't really talk about Jessel because Jessel's really, in the first episode, the first part of this reunion, she didn't talk too much.
No, she didn't. It was
But-
more about Jenna.
Yeah, but what she did say is, and it's going to get good next week, that they talked about her marriage in a disgusting way.
Yes.
And they insinuated that her husband was cheating on her.
And Erin says, "I never did that."
Yep.
You did too, Erin. You
Yep.
did too.
They said, well, you have a sexless marriage. Jessel said she didn't regret that she mentioned it on camera. Sai said she shouldn't be commenting on Jessel's marriage. So Sai kind of like backed up.
Okay.
But that's only
and,
because everyone came for her.
And then she said, "I don't see a connection between you and your husband."
Right. And
Why
listen,
do you gotta see anything?
Exactly.
And then you have
Fuck off.
beeswax.
Exactly.
so then I saw Poppet this week. He was doing a live with somebody who's probably really important who
Oh, I saw it too.
They were
Barstool Pizza.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't
Dave
him.
Portnoy?
No, it
I'm
wasn't
almost
Portnoy.
positive it was
No,
him.
it wasn't. It wasn't Dave Portnoy. It was somebody else. It was not him because I know Dave Portnoy. It definitely was not him.
Wendy knows.
Well, I mean, not that I know him, but I know of him.
We're gonna have to roll tape because I really thought it was him.
No, it was somebody else because I was commenting on it. They was watching their live. But anyway, he was talking about the mileage run. And he was talking about, listen, at that point, I put it on there. Pavitt is the number one guy in the group.
Absolutely.
Pavitt is the number
no
one guy.
competition.
Right?
No competition.
We're going to take a break?
Real quick.
Okay.
How about Jessel, and I don't care. How about Jessel moving to New York City to be on the show, though? She definitely moved to New York City to be on the show.
So what?
Oh, I don't, and that's what I said.
Who
I don't
cares?
care.
Who
I
cares?
made a comment that
Just
honestly,
admit it. You're better off just admitting it.
right, but she, like I said,
She had family in New York.
all these
Yeah,
people
listen.
don't have to admit or tell anybody fucking nothing.
All right.
You know?
All right.
And obviously production didn't have a problem with it, so why do you have a problem?
And
I don't. And
I
I
can't
really
say,
don't.
not you, I'm saying
Right.
other
I can't wait for next week and Jessel's come back because she's coming in strong. I mean, we'll talk about it
She
later.
won Reunion 1.
Yeah.
She won.
She won the whole season.
She definitely won the whole season.
All right.
The best was when she asked Erin, "Did you watch
Oh.
the show? What, did you wear
Oh.
a fucking blindfold?"
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
apparently she did wear blindfolds.
Okay. We'll be back.
Not
We're
like
going to take
this
a
blindfold,
short
but
break,
actually.
and so that Lori can take off her mask and breathe a little
And
bit.
breathe.
Yeah.
We're gonna let Lori breathe.
Let
for a
the
little
owl breathe.
All right, we'll be back in a bit.